Welcome to another episode of Alex is a Lazy Hoe. I'm not actually a lazy hoe. I'm actually very busy going to my other job. I have too many jobs. I work too much. I'm a workaholic. For me, it's worth it, though. I still have the energy to do it. I'm going to keep doing it. Okay, so my last two videos were Alex's Animal Kingdom, so it's time to return to Rowan Liddell's Writing Corner. And I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to have a third section of this channel. I know eventually there will be a fourth section once I have the money saved up to invest in the equipment required for that fourth section. But the potential third section would be tea time. And tea time would be just stuff where I talk about daily dramas and stuff. You know, story times. That sort of thing. And since I have to have a name for each portion of my channel related to a nickname of mine, it's perfect because T actually is a nickname for me. And I'm parking. Boop. But why do I look like this? Why am I like this? Anyhow, so considering doing tea time where I basically just do story times, it doesn't occur to me that I have funny stories to tell until I have a funny story to tell, and just makes a huge difference. Okay, moving on. So Rowan Liddell's Writing Corner, that's what we're discussing today. I finished Wild Things Should Stay Wild a lot quicker than I anticipated. And while I'm happy that it's over, I'm a little nostalgic. I'm a little upset. And I have that same depression that I get every single time I finish something. That depression that's just like, oh my god, I finished the project. What now? And it doesn't actually matter that I have lots I want to do that I can actually work on much sooner than intended. It's just, you still have that period, that grace period after finishing a big project where you just have to sit and digest what happened. So yeah, I'm digesting that. I'm digesting it by being completely and utterly obsessed with Nier Automata. Beautiful soundtrack. Oh my god, it's so inspirational. I also am digesting it while focusing on getting my next Tapastic project up and running. I've been drawing a lot more, and that's been so nice. I have loved drawing because I feel more confident in my movements and it's not perfect. It's not perfect. My shading still sucks. My coloring is still It's all just, I'm good at lineless drawings, but balancing the colors is something I struggle with. But ultimately, I'm getting a lot done. Like, I have 2 yarn projects right now. I also knit for money because, you know, I'll just do anything for money, won't I? That's not safe for YouTube, but I said it. Anyhow, oh my gosh. But knitting is also very fun, very relaxing. And oh my god, it's spring outside. It's perfect. I'm so happy. It's my time of the year. Oh, I love the breeze. It feels so good. I'm sure that if there are people looking at me right now that they think I'm a weirdo, but yeah, I am. So that's what's up in the writing corner. Projects that I need to finish this year, since Wild Things Should Stay Wild is officially done. Oh my god, it's done. That project, that character, that arc, that whole thing was 5 years in the making. And that's without a break. See, I've been working on White Dragon for over 15 years now, but I had massive breaks between each draft. And it still just blows my mind that I'd managed to complete this work. It's about time I can move on to something else. But the other thing that I've been struggling with is I found out that if I delete one little portion of my second White Dragon book, if I rewrite this one section, I could totally eliminate an entire book in the series. And part of me is tempted to go through with that. If for no other reason than the particular book in the series just seems so unnecessary that a detail could change it that vastly. It makes no sense to write a book where the incidents leading up to the book culminate in one tiny portion that can be deleted. It's fascinating, really. So I'm thinking about doing that. I've already outlined it to see how I would change it. I've also designed a bunch of characters based on Yoko Taro characters because I'm a slut for him, apparently. Ugh. I hate how he's just crawled into my life and just handed me shit like, hey. Hi. I hate how he's just crawled into my life and handed me these games, kind of like a drug deal, and is just like, hey, you want some of this, kid? You want some of this sad endings? You want some? Yes, I do. I want some. And then I just couldn't stop. Good writing is addictive, kids. Avoid it. Yeah, people just walk past my car and now I just think that I'm a weirdo. We knew this. We knew I was a weirdo. But it's just... Hey. Yeah. I'm chill. So the other projects I'm going to do this year. Gotta write book 3. The third draft of the third book. Okay, hang on. I don't actually know what draft it would be. I think... Actually, it would be the third draft. The third draft of Book 3 in the White Dragon Saga. Oh my god. This is going to be the best one yet. This is the... You have the books in the series where you're just so freaking thrilled to write them. Like, as soon as you get to that book in the series, it's just like, oh, I've been waiting to get to you. This is that one for me. Because... my baby boy is in it. You don't know who my baby boy is, but you're gonna find out if you're in the White Dragon Saga. So the White Dragon Saga is my story about... It's a 6-part series, potentially just a 5-part series, discussing the curse put upon the White Dragon's family. White Dragon being a corrupt king who fell and then proceeded to curse his entire lineage. The first book was about Rhea. The second book is going to be about the people who love Rhea. And the third book is a surprise. You just really need to read the first book, though. It is available on my Gumroad. You should check it out. It's at the cheap price of $7.50. You should read my book. Get my book. You would enjoy it. If you enjoy high fantasy settings like Skyrim, J.R.R. Tolkien, Anne McCaffrey, if you enjoy that sort of thing, boy, do I have an experience for you! Oh, and it's LGBTQ friendly, because everything should be LGBTQ friendly. I'm not forcing an agenda on anyone. What gay agenda? Okay, yeah. This fake gay agenda. I really wish somebody would let me in on what the agenda actually is, because I'd like to be a part of it. Somebody clue me in on the gay agenda. so that I can join. Anyhow. So that's basically what's going on my end. Not a lot, just a small update talking about what I'm working on. Shadows of the Forefathers is the name of the third book. And like I said, I'm excited to write it. And then the next book that I'll be writing this year. So that basically means I think I have 2 more books to write this year. Yeah, I have 2. Because the next one is Dice and Discards, and that's a companion novel to the thriller that I am currently editing. My goal is to have it edited, have the paper copy edited this month. And once that is done and I have all of my edits translated to the computer copy, then it's professional edit time. And with all the jobs that I have, I can afford a professional editor. And that just... What's this new thing called affording things? Oh, who does that? Oh. So, Sand and Silver is underway. Amulet of the Phoenix is underway. I still have 2 short stories I need to release, one of which being The Sea Elf's Husband, which is a story time. That, fun fact, that high fantasy series of short stories, story time, actually takes place in the same high fantasy realm as The White Dragon. Just the story time stories predate the White Dragon saga. And it's one of the most interesting discoveries I ever made, because sometimes you just accidentally discover, this world really seems a lot like this world. That's because it's the same world, Alex. That's why. So stuff like that is cool. And I have to release The Sea Elf's Husband. And then White Caps is the Wolf Tales romance story that I'm going to release. That is an urban fantasy where werewolves exist. And the dynamics of Alpha, Beta, and Omega play a small role, if not a huge role, in a lot of the stories. This particular story is about an embittered Beta who somehow winds up helping a battered Alpha, and they fall in love and stuff, because it's a romance story. What do you expect from a romance story? That one was one of the most fun to write. My other 2 Wolf Tales stories available are Dust Devils and A Stormy Earth, both available on Gumroad. I enjoyed writing those, but I gotta say, White Caps was so much fun to write. And that's my goal, is to just build up the excitement for each short story that I write. Which, circling back, Storytime, the only other Storytime story I have released is The Dargan Sisters. Great time writing that, but I had even more fun with The Sea Elf's Husband. So, I'm meeting my goals. This year I will be writing 2 more short stories. One from each short story series. By short story, I mean my short stories last 30 to 50 pages, so don't judge me. I'm long-winded, okay? I can't help it. But it's still so much fun. So, Winter Winds is the next Wolf Tales, and that is going to be about a fox who is trapped in his fox form due to some shenanigans, and he finds his old high school sweetheart who he was forced to break up with because Dad was a homophobe, and it was sad. But it's still exciting to me. I really love this stuff. And then the next Storytime story is The Sorceress in the Catacombs, which is another retelling of Hades and Persephone, but just as fun, because it's got some twists and turns to it. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to come and give you this update, because, productivity, the likes, gotta stay on top of things. Gotta keep up with my weekly vlogs. Alright, catch y'all on the flip. Bye!